صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم.
Chapter on if someone does something against his oath due to forgetfulness, should he make expiation? And the statement of Allah, and there is no sin on you concerning that in which you made a mistake. Quran, chapter 33, verse 5. And Allah said, Moses, peace be upon him, said to Khidr, call not to account for what I forgot. Quran, chapter 18, verse 73. Narrated Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, Allah forgives my followers those evil deeds their own selves may whisper or suggest to them, as long as they do not act on it or speak. Narrated Abdullah bin Amr bin al-As, may Allah be pleased with him, while the Prophet, peace be upon him, was delivering a khutbah, religious talk on the day of Nahr, that is, 10th Dhul Hijjah, day of slaughtering the sacrifice, a man got up saying, I thought, O Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, such and such a thing was to be done before such and such a thing. Another man got up saying, O Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, as regards these 3 acts of Hajj, I thought so and so. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, do it now, and there is no harm concerning all those matters on that day. And so, on that day, whatever question he was asked, he said, do it now, and there is no harm therein. See Hadith number 83. Footnote. As regards to these 3 acts of Hajj, these are A. That is, Rami, throwing pebbles at the Jamrah. B. Slaughtering of the Hadi, animal. And C. Shaving of the head. See Book of Hajj, Volume 2. Narrated Ibn Abbas, may Allah be pleased with him, a man said to the Prophet, peace be upon him, while he was delivering a khutbah, religious talk on the day of Nahr, I have performed a tawaf round the Kaaba, tawaful ifada, before the Rami, throwing pebbles at the Jamrah. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, there's no harm therein. Another man said, I had my head shaved before slaughtering the sacrifice. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, there is no harm. A third said, I have slaughtered the sacrifice before the Rami at the Jamrah. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, there is no harm. Narrated Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him, a man entered the mosque and started offering salah, prayer, while Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, was sitting somewhere in the mosque. Then, after finishing the salat, the man came to the Prophet, peace be upon him, and greeted him. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said to him, go back and offer salah, prayer, for you have not offered salah, prayer. The man went back, and having offered salah, prayer, he came and greeted the Prophet, peace be upon him. The Prophet, peace be upon him, after returning his greeting, said, go back and offer salah, prayer, for you did not offer salah, prayer. On the 3rd time, the man said, O Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, teach me how to offer salah, prayer. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, when you get up for the salah, prayer, perform the ablution properly, and then face the Qibla and say, Takbir, Allahu Akbar, and then recite of what you know of the Quran, and then bow, and remain in this state till you feel at rest in bowing, and then raise your head and stand straight, and then prostrate till you feel at rest in prostration, and then sit up till you feel at rest while sitting, and then prostrate again till you feel at rest in prostration, and then get up and stand straight, and do all this in your salah, prayer. Narrated Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, when al-mushrikun, polytheists, pagans, idolaters, and disbelievers in the oneness of Allah and His Messenger Muhammad, peace be upon him, were defeated during the first stage of the Battle of Uhud, Satan shouted, O Allah's slaves, beware of what is behind you. So the front files of the Muslims attacked their own rear files. Hudayfa bin al-Yaman looked on, and seeing his father, he shouted, my father, by Allah! The people did not stop till they killed his father. Hudayfa then said, may Allah forgive you. Urwa, the sub-narrator, added, Hudayfa continued asking Allah's forgiveness for the killers of his father till he met Allah, till he died. Narrated Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, if somebody eats something forgetfully while he is observing Sawm, fasting, then he should complete his Sawm, for Allah has made him to eat and drink. Footnote. His fast is valid although he has eaten or drunk something forgetfully. Narrated Abdullah bin Buhaina, may Allah be pleased with him. Once the Prophet, peace be upon him, led us in salah, prayer, and after finishing the first 2 rak'ah, got up instead of sitting for at-tahiyyat, and then carried on with the salah, prayer. When he had finished his salah, prayer, the people were waiting for him to say taslim. But before saying taslim, he said takbir and prostrated. Then he raised his head and again said takbir, Allahu Akbar, and prostrated. That is the 2 prostrations of saw, and then raised his head and finished his salah with taslim. Footnote 1. The Prophet, peace be upon him, performed 2 prostrations of sahw, forgetfulness. Narrated Ibn Masud, may Allah be pleased with him, that Allah's Prophet, peace be upon him, led them in the Zuhr Salah prayer, and he offered either more or less rak'ah, and it was said to him, O Allah's Messenger, has the Salah prayer been reduced, or have you forgotten? He asked, what is that? They said, you have offered so many rak'ah. So he performed with them 2 more prostrations and said, these 2 prostrations are to be performed by the person who does not know whether he has offered more or less rak'ah, in which case he should seek to follow what is right, and then complete the rest of the salah, prayer, and perform 2 extra prostrations. Footnote 2. These 2 prostrations are to be performed by the person who does not know whether he has offered more or less rak'ah, in which case he should seek to follow what is right. That is, he should assume that he has performed the least number of rak'ah that may occur to his mind out of uncertainty. Narrated Ubay bin Ka'b that he heard Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, saying, Prophet Musa, Moses, peace be upon him, said, call me not to account for what I forget, and be not hard upon me for my affair with you. Quran, chapter 18, verse 73. The first excuse of Musa was his forgetfulness. Narrated Al-Bara' bin Azib that once he had a guest, so he told his family on the day of Eid al-Adha that they should slaughter the animal for sacrifice before he returned from the Eid Salah prayer in order that their guest could take his meal. So his family slaughtered the animal before the Salah prayer. Then they mentioned that event to the Prophet, peace be upon him, who ordered Al-Bara' to slaughter another sacrifice. Al-Bara' said to the Prophet, peace be upon him, I have a young milked she-goat which is better than 2 sheep for slaughtering. The narrator, Ibn Aoun, used to say, I don't know whether the permission to slaughter a she-goat as a sacrifice was especially given to Al-Bara' or if it was in general for all the Muslims. See Volume 2, Hadith number 983. Narrated Jundub, I witnessed the Prophet, peace be upon him, offering the Eid prayer, and after finishing it, he delivered a khutbah and said, whoever has slaughtered his sacrifice before the Salah prayer should make up for it, that is, slaughter another animal, and whoever has not slaughtered his sacrifice yet should slaughter it by mentioning Allah's name over it.